Imagine having everything, wealth, status, and power, only to realize that none of it brings true fulfillment. This is the story of Julian Mantle, a successful trial lawyer whose life takes a dramatic turn after a heart attack in the middle of a courtroom. His collapse is not the end, but the beginning of a profound transformation. Julian decides to sell his prized Ferrari, leave behind his luxurious lifestyle, and embark on a journey to the Himalayan mountains. There he seeks answers that his old life could never provide. This is the heart of Robin Sharma's fable, the monk who sold his Ferrari. Julian's collapse in the courtroom is more than a medical emergency. It's a wake-up call. For years, he chased victories and accolades, believing that success meant pushing harder and accumulating more. But as he lay on the courtroom floor, Julian realized that his relentless ambition had cost him his health, his happiness, and his sense of purpose. This pivotal moment forces him to question everything he once valued, setting the stage for his extraordinary journey towards self-discovery. After his recovery, Julian makes a radical decision. He sells his Ferrari, his mansion, and all the symbols of his former success. This act isn't about rejecting achievement, but about freeing himself from the things that no longer serve him. By letting go of his possession, Julian creates space for something deeper, a quest for meaning, wisdom, and inner peace. His journey to the Himalayas marks the start of a new chapter, one defined not by what he owns, but by what he learns. In the remote Himalayan mountains, Julian encounters the sages of Savannah, a group of wise monks who live simply but radiate joy and contentment. These sages become his teachers, sharing ancient wisdom that challenges everything Julian thought he knew about success and happiness. Through their guidance, he learns that true fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from cultivating the mind, body, and spirit. Robin Sharma's choice to tell Julian's journey as a fable is deliberate. Instead of dry instructions, the lessons are woven into vivid symbols: a garden, a lighthouse, a sumo wrestler, and a golden stopwatch. These images are not just decorative, they are tools for transformation. The story's power lies in its ability to touch the heart and imagination, making the wisdom memorable and actionable. At the core of Julian's transformation are 7 timeless virtues for enlightened living. Each virtue is represented by a unique symbol and offers a practical lesson for a meaningful life. These principles are not abstract ideals, but actionable steps that anyone can practice, regardless of their circumstances. Let's explore each virtue and discover how they can reshape our own lives. The first virtue is to master your mind. Julian learns that the mind is like a garden. It must be tended with care. If left unattended, it becomes overrun with weeds, fear, doubt, and negativity. By choosing our thoughts deliberately, we become the leaders of our own lives. This lesson teaches us that our inner world shapes our outer reality, and that self-leadership begins with mastering our thoughts. Second virtue is to follow your purpose. In the fable, the lighthouse symbolizes a clear sense of direction. The sages teach Julian that a life without purpose is like a ship lost at sea, always drifting, never arriving. By identifying what truly matters to us, we create a guiding light that helps us navigate challenges and stay focused, even in the darkest times. The third virtue is the practice of Kaizen, a Japanese concept meaning continuous self-improvement. Julian discovers that transformation doesn't require dramatic changes, but rather small, consistent efforts every day. The path to mastery is paved with daily habits and incremental progress. This principle reminds us that greatness is built through discipline and patience, not sudden bursts of ambition. The fourth virtue is to live with discipline. In the story, a sumo wrestler represents the power of routines and self-control. Julian learns that the body and mind are deeply connected, and that practices like exercise, silence, and rest are essential, not luxuries. Discipline is the foundation for a high-performance life, enabling us to pursue our goals with energy and clarity. Fifth virtue is to respect your time. The golden stopwatch in the fable is a powerful reminder that time is our most precious, non-renewable resource. Julian learns to protect his time from distractions and unnecessary obligations. By valuing our time, we honor ourselves and create space for what truly matters: growth, relationships, and meaning. The sixth virtue is to serve others selflessly. In Savannah, Julian discovers that service is not about sacrifice, but about finding true meaning. The sages, though materially poor, radiate a deep satisfaction that Julian never found in his years of accumulation. By helping others, we enrich our own lives and experience a sense of fulfillment that possessions can't provide. The seventh and final virtue is to embrace the present moment. Julian's old life was filled with anxious ambition, always chasing the next goal. The sages teach him that life only happens in the now. By fully inhabiting the present, we find peace and joy that can't be found in future achievements or past regrets. This virtue ties all the others together, grounding us in what truly matters. One of the book's most unique aspects is its use of vivid imagery. The garden, lighthouse, sumo wrestler, and golden stopwatch are not just metaphors, they are tools for remembering and applying the lessons. Sharma's fable shows that transformation is not just about information, but about engaging the heart and imagination. These symbols make the wisdom stick, long after the story ends. Sharma's story doesn't demonize ambition. Julian was excellent at his work and his achievements were real. The fable's honesty lies in its recognition that ambition, when unchecked, can lead to burnout and emptiness. The problem isn't success itself, but sacrificing awareness, health, and relationships in its pursuit. The Ferrari was never the real issue, it was the life that demanded it. One of the book's central messages is that the purpose of life is a life of purpose. This simple idea is easy to dismiss, but hard to live. Julian's journey shows that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our deepest values, not from accumulating more things. Purpose becomes the guiding force that shapes every decision and gives life meaning. For the busy professional, Sharma's fable poses a powerful question. What is your Ferrari? It's not necessarily a car, but any achievement, title, or possession that has become the measure of your worth. The book invites us to reflect on what drives us and whether those pursuits truly express who we are or just distract us from what matters most. Julian's peace doesn't come from escaping ambition, but from understanding its true purpose. He learns to channel his drive into meaningful pursuits rather than endless accumulation. The fable encourages us to use our ambition wisely, to serve our values, nurture our relationships, and live with intention. It's about choosing what to pursue, not just running harder. The power of the monk who sold his Ferrari lies in its storytelling. By wrapping timeless wisdom in a compelling narrative, Sharma makes the lessons accessible and relatable. The fable's symbols and characters invite us to see ourselves in Julian's journey, inspiring us to make changes in our own lives. Transformation, the book suggests, begins with the stories we tell ourselves. As the story closes, we're left with a reflection worth carrying. Fulfillment is not found in what we own, but in how we live. The book's lessons are not just for monks or lawyers, they are for anyone seeking meaning, balance, and peace in a busy world. The journey is ongoing, and the invitation is open to all who are willing to look within. Now the journey is yours to begin. Whether you're a busy professional or simply searching for more meaning, the principles from the monk who sold his Ferrari offer a roadmap. Start by tending your mind, clarifying your purpose, and making small improvements each day. Serve others, respect your time, and embrace the present. In doing so, you'll discover that true wealth is not measured by possessions, but by the richness of your inner life.